go ahead and talk about War Games. We got a little bit more detail on Monday night in regards to who's the third guy, right? And of course, here comes Cody. We know it. That made everybody feel good. I don't mind it. I mean, we expected Cody to be one of the participants. So if it's, do we still think that it's going to be 4-on-4, or does it feel more to you at this point, Josh, it's 5-on-5?
Well, so they have 2 more Raws.
Yeah.
Which then would mean 2 more SmackDowns before War Games. So it might be tough trying to reveal a 4th and a 5th. I mean, you could. Was last year 5-on-5?
I think it was 5-on-5 because we had.
Yes, because you had the reunion of the Bloodline.
Yeah, the old school Bloodline. Yeah.
Okay, so it was 5-on-5. So I mean, yeah, in regards on the men's side, I do find it interesting that this means that this pay-per-view in San Diego, or PLE, the Premium Live Event, as they want all of us to now call it,
horrible.
There will be no main event championship, no men's main event championship defended because they're both in the same War Games.
In the same game, yeah.
On the same team as well. So, I mean, we already mentioned Cena could very well be in it. So if he is, okay, well, that's 4. So then are we adding a 5th? There, and this would also depend on what's happening in this tournament. Would it be Roman in War Games if he's not in the tournament? Will they throw Jimmy Uso in to continue the story? Because, again, that makes sense. And then on the other side, where you have Logan and the Bronze, well, who makes sense to be aligned with them right now? It ain't going to be the MFTs.
Lesnar.
Brock is certainly one of them. Mm-hmm. But then who's the 5th?
Wow.
Because my thought, and on one hand, I would like both of these guys to get elevated into that main event scene, but at the same time, I don't think the general audience will want them in. But you already started planting a little bit of seeds last week on SmackDown, and that is if your 5th men are Aleister Black and Damian Priest. So you can continue that story going. You had Aleister, going after Cody last week on SmackDown. Damien's still out there. If you were throwing in 2 other guys that need that bump to be considered main event caliber, you could do that. Also, to your point earlier with Oba Femi, what if you added Brock and Oba to that team, and you just have you have Bronson, Brock, Oba, and then sleazy Logan Paul.
Yeah, the Monstars in Logan Paul.
Like, on paper, who would beat that team? No one. So that would be entertaining. And then again, it goes back to, okay, well, who's the 5th guy going to be on the good guy team?
It's when you put it like that, and you use the word that is kind of like the definition of them pulling at straws this year to be able to figure out what the recipe is for success, is throw in, right? Like, that is a key word, because it's like War Games is supposed to be a culmination of a blood feud that you have no other choice but to lock these guys in a cage, the double ring, and figure it out, because nothing else is going to be able to hold them or stop them from attacking each other. But when you use the word throw in, now we're just doing War Games just to do War Games. And as a wrestling fan, you being in the business, that is not what we want, because if
Correct.
you start to water down War Games, it loses its luster, and now it's just another pay-per-view. Like it should never feel like another pay-per-view or PLE, whatever you want to call it. Like it's supposed to be what it's supposed to be. And if you're just throwing guys in just to be able to, it just, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm just like, man, I guess they're just gonna have to keep it 4-on-4, because if they really can't find a fifth guy on both sides that makes sense for the actual story, then just keep it 4-on-4 and just let it be. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I agree, and because I mean, then you look on the women's side,
Yeah.
because on one hand, I am thrilled that Lash Legend is going to get this type of spotlight because she has worked her butt off to be there and is a great asset to the women's division on
She is
SmackDown, where they
very
brought her.
underrated too, because the fact that
Very underrated.
she's such a big,
Yeah,
giant of a woman like that. Is
right.
she
She's
needs to
body
be
slamming
pushed.
Otis.
No, no, she needs to be pushed as such, and it's good to see her getting that opportunity.
Yes, but that said, where's the blood feud as you just
Right,
described it
right.
for her and Nia to get added into this? The only type of quote unquote blood feud that there's been would be, the built between Asuka, Kyrie, and Io and Rhea. So
Right.
those four make sense.
Right.
Charlotte and Alexa, they've just been busy defending the tag titles against everybody. So they
Right.
haven't really built a huge feud. And 5 days ago, Nia Jax is like, hey, you know what? I want the tag titles. Hey, Lash, come help me.
Right.
Hey, now we're in War Games.
Yeah, and but that's the thing though, right? Like instead of it being a War Games, again, just have the traditional, Survivor Series matchup.
I
I
would
just
so much rather that this year.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's like, I am not somebody who's like, okay, well, the men can have it and the women can't. Like, no, if it doesn't make sense for both sides,
Yeah.
then just have the traditional match, because you're now forcing it, and people are going to remember the last War Games match that you've had rather than all the good ones that you probably had before. And it's about, what have you done for me lately? So now you're gonna have to now make up for this for a year of building or whatever it is for the next War Games, to be able to get the stink away from the one that you just put on. So it's they have to try to figure this out. If you do not have a real legit feud where it's like, yo, this is going to be crazy, because to be honest with you, me watching this, I've been watching it for a while, storyline, you're watching it, I am not super excited about War Games. And that's sad, because yes, I'm going to watch it. Yes, I'm going to be tuned in to see exactly what happens. But in regards to just like, oh, I can't wait for War Games. No, like it just feels like another PLE to me, where there's no payoff and we're just going to continue to just have something else after that. It sucks that that we're here and they have not developed the War Games rivalries on either side, men or women, to be able to even have this match viable, and it sucks.
Right, because even Logan Paul and CM Punk, that feud has lasted a week now.
Right.
That doesn't qualify for War Games.
No.
And I will put the icing on the cake with your point, which I 100% agree with, as far as what you need the significance of that match for. Go back to the pay-per-views titled Hell in a Cell.
Oh, love those.
What is the one match that pops into your head when I tell you Hell in a Cell pay-per-view? What's the one match that pops in your head? Because I'll tell you, there's one match that immediately pops into mind and that pops into most. You're thinking of the specific pay-per-view Hell in a Cell.
Undertaker, Brock Lesnar.
That is not what I'm thinking now.
Okay. Which one is it?
Seth and Bray Wyatt.
Okay. Oh yeah, in regards to just the negativity of having a
Because
Hell in a
to
Cells match.
your point, you have one that either is thrown together or doesn't work for whatever reason. Because in that
Yeah,
case, they had to end in a DQ and a Hell in a Cell match or some
and
crazy
the
thing like
red,
that.
and remember the red cage.
Oh yeah, but it left such a bad taste in everyone's mouth. It still went on for years after, but no one took it seriously, and eventually that faded away. And we're in a similar situation on what might be happening here with War Games. Now, that said, these people that are in the match, they're going to tear the house down. The match itself is going to be fun and entertaining, and Logan Paul is going to do something bizarre, and Braun Breaker is going to like spear through the cage.
Do you think
So
Bronson is gonna do the same thing that he did last time?
I hope not, for his sake. I really hope he doesn't break both his feet or whatever he did last year. But again, like the wrestlers themselves will do great. The purpose of it, to your point, is to build a story for it to have such an intensity in their feud. So now it's just going to be like, oh, well, who's going to be in the match this year? Almost kind of like, like there's some years Money in the Bank feels that way. Who we're just throwing in to be in the ladder match.
Yeah, I agree. Money in the, exactly. Like it's there's you look at Money in the Bank, and it's having that same watered down effect that now they're throwing onto War Games. So they're gonna have to fix it, man. They're gonna have to fix it. I don't know if the injury to Seth Rollins may have kind of just shifted things a little bit. I think
Oh,
that's where,
1000% it
yeah, I
did.
think that's where you kind of
It
see
absolutely did.
the missing of Seth Rollins being there, right? I think him being there would have really just been able to kind of like iron stamp that thing or whatever you want to say. Like, but now you're grasping at straws, and it's like, yeah, okay, we can't pull out and not have a match. So we're gonna have the match anyway. So I think we understand that circumstances are what they are. But it still doesn't make it any less disappointing, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, like look, hopefully they can be able to create something out of this that makes us super interested into it. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna be optimistic. I'm not gonna poo-poo all over it. I'll be optimistic.